Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. We had some snow the other day. We got another snowstorm coming in a couple of days and then more by the weekend. And then after that, we're going to have below zero temperatures again. And it got me thinking this week of different things that the old timers did to keep their vehicles running in this cold. And some of the things aren't really as practical nowadays as they were back then, but I wanted to share them with you guys anyway. Um, and the one thing my mom and dad would do when a really, really cold night was coming, they would go outside about 11 o'clock at night. They would start the vehicle. They would let it run for half an hour so the engine got good and warm and the car got warm inside and out. Then they would shut the car off and they would cover the engine block and the front end with a couple of old blankets and an old canvas tarp to keep that heat in the block. And as corny as that sounds, they never had problems with their vehicles starting in the morning. And that was just something that they always did. And another thing that the old timers would do is they would, if a really cold night was coming and they had an old farm truck or something, they would take the battery out of the vehicle and bring it in the house and leave it in the house overnight. And first thing in the morning, they would go back out and put that in, hook the terminals back up, and the old vehicle would start. Nowadays, with the brand new cars the way they are and with all the security systems and stuff, you probably couldn't do that. But on the old farm work trucks and stuff, that was a viable technique that worked for those guys. Another thing, they would pull batteries out of vehicles that they weren't going to use for a certain period of time in the really, really cold weather and then bring them in the house and set them up on a block of wood so they wouldn't make contact with the floor or the cement floor. They always would say if that battery is sitting on a cement floor, it's going to draw the charge out of that battery. And one thing that I started doing years ago for my small engines and stuff and my small equipment that I got outside is I put a trickle charger on in this cold weather and plug it into the wall. That way there's constantly a charge going back into that battery. And it's when I need that ATV or whatever, it's going to start for me, and I don't have to dick around with a frozen vehicle and a dead battery. But just some old things that I was reminded of here with this latest cold snap that we're having that I wanted to share with you guys. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys get a little information, a little entertainment, and some tips again, as always, dealing with this cold weather. You guys have a good one.